back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. Where y'all been? Y'all been missing y'all. Where y'all been? Yeah, I really did do a mashup of Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Potomac last week, but I was very disappointed in both. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't get any life from either one of them. I was not really entertained by either one of them. So, of course, it was just an all negative review. So, I was just like, forget it. Let me not put it up. So, sorry, but of course, I do miss y'all. Like, I always miss y'all when I don't talk to you in a while. So right now, though, we are about to talk about Married to Medicine because I got my entire life from Married to Medicine because these girls are stupid. They're so stupid and ignorant, but I love it. I actually could not wait to do this review. Even last night, I was like, damn, I should get up and do it, but it should go out so late. I think, what it go off at like 10? Something like that? 9, 10? It's so late. But, all right, let's get to it. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you be part of the beautiful people family. Like the video, you guys. It does wonders for my algorithms, analytics, all of that. And let's talk about things in the comments. Were you guys entertained? I was actually entertained. So let's get to it. Oh, should we do a quick recap of last week and what stood out to me? The only thing that stood out to me was the girl saying she had access to his money. She got access to the money, and Phaedra saying she's not a gold digger because she's kind of beneath that. So she's kind of just digging for, what she say, copper? Just ignorant shit. But I was here for it because I already know I'm not feeling this girl. I'm not feeling her none whatsoever. And we're going to get in. We're going to get into that in this recap, so let's get to it. All right, through the door, y'all already know, I love me some Quad Miss Quad, and Quad is on her way to whose house? Phaedra's house. She opened the door, they like, they dancing, breaking it down, bringing it back up. Phaedra, who is obsessed with booties, was all over her little booty or whatever, and I'm like, I am feeling them together. Like, I feel like, and even Quad said, we have like loads of fun together, and you can tell they do. Like, it's natural, it's not put on, it's not forced or anything. So I definitely appreciated this scene. So they sit down so they can catch up. Y'all acting up. Oh my God, Quad be acting up. So they sit down, and first of all, we find out that she met Phaedra through Dr. G. But they became good friends. So they're good girlfriends. They're sitting down, and Phaedra's like, listen, I saw you all over in Africa, and you keep making a lot of trips to Africa. And she's like, I sure am. And she's like, yeah, and I saw you with a guy. And she's like, yeah, I'm dating. And then we see last month where she introduced her man. Well, no, she said his name was Gentleman Friend because it's new, and we can just pipe down and we can just hold our horses. But they showed him. And sir, yes, sir. That's a big man. I ain't mad at Quad. And she's like, oh, this is my baby. I'm like, yes. And then, girl, we have this girl. Sorry, y'all. We have this butler coming. I mean, I have a lot of guys that watch too, so I'm not going to say girl, but listen, we family. So I'm just talking to y'all. So, of course, it's going to come out like we just having a conversation because we are. But Phaedra calls this butler, cute little guy, and Quad acting a fool, just like staring him down like, ooh, baby, who is this? She's like, that's the butler. Y'all know Phaedra ain't got no goddamn butler. This is all, y'all know, pomp and circumstance is what she's all about. So we gonna let her have it, but this is not her regular butler. You could tell he looked nervous as all get out. Quad says she's fast and bring her some water, and then she's like, ooh, he is a good looking little fella, but he too young for me. And he turns around and gives a little smile or whatever, and I'm like, okay, it was cute, but Phaedra, calm down, stop it. Tisha, I think it's Tisha, whatever. I'm not calling her no goddamn sweet tea, cause ew. That would be unsweetened. Shut up, Angel, shut up. Anyway, so Quad is like, well, how'd they meet? She slid in her DMs, in his DMs. Phaedra said, I could give you what you need. She said, oh, child. She said, well, you know these millennials. And then she said, well, Sweet Tea and Toya are really good friends. And Quad said, well, I'm not surprised because Toya hates me. So then we see flashbacks of the reunion and them getting into it or whatever. And she's like, and it's okay. It ain't even no use in trying there. And I'm glad. Like, I really don't want them to try because that should be phony. They genuinely do not like each other. And that's okay. Like, it's quite okay if some people don't like you. You're not going to get along with everybody, and that's fine. Stop. I mean, just be cordial. Y'all ain't got to laugh and joke together, but when y'all in the same room, be cordial, and that's that. Like, you can act like somebody does not exist. I know because I am good as shit at it. Like, I really am. Like, when I don't when I nothing you, I absolutely nothing you. I don't hate nobody. Like when I am done with somebody, I just nothing you, and you're nothing. So it can be done. So and I think that's where they are, and I'm okay with that. All right, so wrapping up this scene, she says, listen, she understands that somebody, some women are not going to like her, but Heavenly is supposed to be her friend. That's supposed to be her sister. And she's like, and she sends me this. And then we see that Heavenly sent her a picture of her and Tisha together. And the caption was like, having brunch with a new friend. And it said Dr. G's new wife or whatever. And Quad is like, why would you do that? Like, why are you with her? Why are you sending me this? And then, because Phaedra told her that Heavenly felt abandoned by Quad. And Quad is like, she sent me this. So what do you want me to do? And she's like, they don't call me. And then in the y'all know Phaedra be making them faces with her lips. So she was doing all that, but in the confessional, she said, listen, the phone works both ways. So and I was happy she said that because it's true. Like people be mad all the time when you don't call and reach out or whatever. But it works both ways, it really does. Um but yeah, so that hurt her feelings. And I'm gonna tell y'all the whole thing with Dr. Heavenly. Y'all know I get a kick out of her. I mean, I know some of the shit she be doing be out of line. Like I really did feel like she was out of line because Dr. Heavenly has been championing for this lady to come on. She's like, listen, if we want a good show, we need to bring Dr. G and his new wife back, well, at the time fiance or girlfriend or whatever. And she's like, that would be a good show. And I was just like, how shitty is that? Like you're Quad's friend and you're wanting this lady to come on her platform? Like how shitty is that for real? So she was definitely doing it because I was subscribed to her. I unsubscribed, but I mean, it's only because she started. But I still like Dr. Heavenly, but she just was doing a whole lot, so it was too much. But yeah, so I understand Quad not reaching out to her, and yeah, I get it, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so now we're at home with Dr. G and Tisha. I think her name is Tisha. Um, y'all, I don't like what her bride's doing. It's like she got them pushed up, but she got them like overflowing. So that means something is too tight or whatever, where the spillage, I don't like it. I don't like it. I know it happens, but it's like, girl, you're on national TV. You got to fix that shit. So he comes in and I mean, they give each other all these little pecks and kisses like they really like each other. So maybe she do really like him. We found out that she slid in his DMs and was like, I can give you what you need. And she put a little baby or whatever because we know that he's always wanted a baby and Quad didn't want to give him any kids or whatever because Quad wasn't really fucking with him. She really wasn't. Like Quad did not like that man. She liked his money, but she did not like that man. So she was like, no kids here. But let me tell y'all, and I'm not even trying to be funny, but this lady slides in his DM saying, oh, we also find out that she's 23 years younger than Dr. G. Ew. Just ill. I think he's nasty for that. Like, honestly, I think he's nasty for that. Because if you just go back and think about things, he's nasty. But anyway, where was that? Oh, she tells him that she can give him what he needs, which was a baby. However, we found out during the first episode that she has fibroids and she's seeing a specialist try to get rid of them so that she could get pregnant. And yes, women with fibroids can get pregnant, but it's like it's like risky basically. Like you should get rid of them beforehand so that you can have a healthy pregnancy or whatever, just to be on the safe side. And so I'm like, so basically, not even trying to be funny, but what I'm about to say is shitty. She slid in his DMs talking about and give you what you need and what you want or whatever, and she really kind of can't. You really kind of can't. Like, you got to do some work. I'm going to leave it alone because it's coming off shitty. But y'all know what I'm getting at. Like, I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't really like her, y'all. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to shade the shit out of her, but I'm not gonna shade her her uterus. It's fine. Sorry, before I continue, I am gonna shade this yellow dress that she has on in the confessional with these big ass rhinestones all over them. Girl, like she's just tacky. She's so tacky. But she's serving her guy. He comes and she's like, "Sit down. I'll make your plate or whatever." And she's like, "I serve my man on real plates." And then I tried to think back, like, was Quad serving him on paper plates or something? Like, I feel like everybody served their man on real plates. So I'm not sure who that was shading, but she emphasized real plates. And I'm like, girl, you're supposed to. Like, who doesn't? But she's in the confessional, super happy, like, go after what you want, ladies. Go get. She is coming off looking a little gold diggerish, y'all. She really is. Down to eat and they're talking and she's complaining about the wedding and doing too much and he's not helping. And I'm like, what the fuck do you want him to do? Like, seriously, he's a man. He doesn't care. And like he said, listen, I'm paying for it. She's like, well, I'm putting my money in too. And then I was just like, oh, okay. But then he said, well, yeah, how much? Like, what's the percentage of my money and your money? And she's like, yeah, I would say you're doing like 90%. And I'm like, girl, once again, shut up. Because what are you talking about? He's like, I pay for the wedding. I pay for the reception. I pay. I'm like, what did she pay for? What really, what did she pay for? But anyway, and why do you want him involved? Like, seriously, I feel like if I mean, yeah, he needs to get his groomsmen together and things like that, things that he needs to do on his end. That's the only thing. But all this other stuff, like being involved, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because why? And she's telling him that she's overwhelmed, and I'm like, sis, if you got all this money and he got all this money and you have all this access to the money, just get a goddamn wedding planner. Like, why are you sitting here trying to plan a whole wedding yourself? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But they, she got some cake. She be making faces too, y'all, with her lips or whatever, and I just don't understand why people be doing that so much. Okay, we move. All right, next we have a cute little scene with Dr. Jackie and the brat, and she's giving her an ultrasound and everything. She's telling her to use the restroom. Brat is eating Wendy's. She's not supposed to be eating Wendy's, and I love it because Dr. Jackie is just talking to her like she's her own kid. She's like, fill the cup up. Like, she's just like, girl, go. Like, what are you doing? And Brad is puffing and whining like a little kid. It was a cute little scene. So then we're with Toya, and y'all know I can't give a whole lot of energy to Toya, but she ends up calling Tisha or whatever her name is, and they look exactly the fucking same. Like, they look exactly the same. It's ridiculous. Except Toya don't have as much gums as this girl, or either she just don't smile using all her gums. But she's telling her about the whole wine club, and Toya has a wine club. And when we move along, like, I'm just not gonna spend a whole lot of time on Toya, you guys. All right, next up we are at the we're wedding gown shopping with Tisha. Blah. She only has like a month to a month and a half, and I'm like, who waits this long before they get their wedding dress? She's like, oh, I just been so busy. This is why you need help, because you're an idiot. Who waits this long? So even if you find a dress in here, who's to say it'll be ready in a month or a month and a half? Like, she's y'all. But anyway, as soon as they come up, they're talking to the receptionist. She's like, would you guys like some champagne? Her friend is like, oh, yeah. She's like clapping and shit. And I'm like, girl, calm down. It's just champagne. Like, you could really just go buy your own champagne. You could have brought your own champagne. Like, if you love champagne that much, just get your own. Like, it was. Act like you've been somewhere. Sis, why are you clapping and jumping up and super happy over some freaking champagne? It's ridiculous. But then again, they're young. Also, she kind of looking like a man. It's not nice, but she do, y'all. Her friend look like a lady or reverse. That's not nice. All right, so then we have Toya. She comes. I don't like her outfit. She got her belly out. She like she going to a club, but I don't like the actual outfit. So I mean, okay. Then Phaedra comes. Phaedra looks cute. I do like the shoes. She had the real big like rose things on the back of her shoes. And yeah, Phaedra look cute. So they're saying hi to each other. Toya ends up knocking over the champagne, and Phaedra is constantly looking at her body. She's like, "Well, look at you, body, body." Did we find out that Phaedra was like bi or something? Did we ever find that out? Because Phaedra is obsessed with women's bodies, but it's okay. So she comes out in her first dress, and y'all, when I tell y'all, Phaedra and Toya, I got my life from these scenes. They was so fucking ignorant to this girl. Okay, she comes out in the first dress. She comes out in a cream dress, y'all, and they like, I don't know about that color. It's cream. And then Toya say, well, you ain't no virgin anye. And she said, well, you don't know that. And then her friend is like, you don't know that. And I'm like, you should shut up, sir. And then she comes out in another dress, and they like, and they like that color. And she's like, it's cream. It matches my ring. And Toya say, it match your ring. Your ring ain't clear. Y'all, just ignorant. Dress she comes out in, Phaedra is like, well, that's mature. And she's like, girl, turn around though, because you are butt challenged. And I was like, Phaedra's so ignorant. She said, Phaedra, you stay coming for my booty. And Phaedra's like, listen, babe, you supposed to get them buttermilk biscuits, not pancakes. And I'm like, they so freaking ignorant. What did Toya say? Toya said something ignorant too. I can't remember, but she goes in to try on another dress, and Phaedra asks, "How did they meet?" The kind gentleman, and that's not nice. The other lady, her friend, and Tisha. She's like, "How'd y'all meet?" And she said they met in a group. So y'all, apparently they met online in a Facebook group for black women who date older men. And they just say, so y'all sugar babies. No, we're not sugar babies. And she's like, it's a support group. And they like, for what? For your older man? And I'm like, yeah, if you think about it. So they ended up asking, I was going to say the young lady, how many men, how many older men have you dated? And she's like, a lady never tells. And I'm like, okay, but you can. That's shitty. I'm just kidding. But girl, like, they were just like, oh my God, what is happening here? And I was too. Because to me, it's like, why do you need a support group for your man? Like, I feel like I would love to just go in that group and hear what they're saying. Like, are we just complaining? I feel like they're making fun of the older men. Like, what else could it be? Like, oh, this Negro don't even know, such and such and so and so. Or, oh, he comes through the door and give grandpa hugs. Like, yeah, like, I don't know what else they could need support for. Can y'all let me know in the comments, y'all? What do y'all think? Is that a good idea or no? I don't know. It sounds crazy to me, but I was loving the fact that they was clowning the shit out of this girl because you're an idiot. You and your friend. So Phaedra says that they first of all they ask about his penis, and well, not his penis, but they're like, is the penis different or the same from an older man? And I'm like, y'all both been with older men, so what are you talking about? These girls are younger than y'all, so they're dating men that are your age, so y'all know what the penis look like. What are y'all talking about? And they're like, no, it looks the same. And Phaedra's like, yeah, except the balls drop. They get long like breasts or whatever. And she says, Toya in the confessional says, well, if you're dating an older man, you have to have questions. And then we switch to Phaedra saying, yeah, like, what's a VCR? What was Blockbuster? What? Phaedra's so stupid. Did I mention that I'm actually happy Phaedra is here, y'all? I know she really kind of has no place on this show. She really doesn't. But it's working for me. She pretty much was the only enjoyment for me this episode. And I forgot to tell y'all that Toya told this girl she need to wear some stuff to snatch her in more. She's like, where's your controlled stuff or whatever? I said they are clowning the shit out of this young girl. So now we're headed to Toya is having a wine tasting with the ladies. She has on this dress that has like half her butt out, but she has the little mesh over it or whatever, so it's fine. She looks cute. Eugene looks bad. Oh, I didn't mention Eugene because I didn't review the first one, but Eugene has lost weight. He said that, is it Dr. Jackie? Somebody has him on shots or whatever, and I think it's probably Ozempic. He didn't say it was Ozempic, but he looks great. He really does look good. So he's helping her take the stuff out, and he's in the confessional because y'all know he's messy like a bitch. I'm sorry, but he really is. He always has been and probably always will be. And he's like, keep your spidey senses open and check for. He don't talk like a gay guy, so I don't know why I did that. But he's like, yeah, keep your spidey senses open and check out, and look for shady comments because you know they're coming, and just kind of try to rise above them. And I'm like, who said shady comments are coming? Because in actuality, I'm just going to jump ahead for a minute. They didn't, because we were talking about her and Heavenly. She invited Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly was happy for her. She didn't. But y'all know Dr. Heavenly be cool one day and then not the next. She's like a Sour Patch Kid for real. So you just never know what you're going to get with her. But y'all, my baby girl is on her way. So I think I'll wait. But I ain't even have to tell y'all because y'all won't know. I'm just gonna stop the video here and then come back to it when my baby leave because I gotta see my baby girl. All right. All right, so we're at this cute little club that Toya is having her wine tasting at, and who comes through the door looking super cute, y'all? Dr. Simone. Her hair look cute. She have on the cutest blouse and these little shorts. She's showing a little belly. I'm like, okay, Dr. Simone. And then the back was out. Did y'all notice that? And then we have Tisha, Sweet Tea, came in with like a cow dress on. Okay, all right. This is gonna be a long review. I'm sorry because I am like constantly stopping this thing, commenting on everything. But I ain't give y'all one last week, so bear with me. But y'all, first of all, Phaedra looks cute. She looks cute. That is a really, really cute outfit she has on. Dr. Heavenly comes. I don't like that blonde hair on her. It doesn't look awful, awful, but I don't like it. But when Toya sees the Tisha girl, she's like, "Oh, you got the girls out. Is this what you be doing with Dr. G?" And she looked embarrassed, and because she looked a little disgusted. And then seeing everybody when they came in, nobody else had their girls like out like that. But then Dr. Heavenly is talking about Toya and her dress because, like I said, her butt, like, she got the mesh over it, but her butt is still out. And she's like, I don't know what she's selling, but it's selling. And I'm like, these girls. But here's the funny part. Well, I don't know how funny it is. You can tell that they don't respect this little girl. Well, she's not a little girl, but she's a much younger girl. And they don't respect her as an adult, really. Like, she's just not part of the crew. But outside of not being part of the group and the crew or whatever, she is just young and she comes off young, and they have zero respect for her. They just do. Even when they're not trying to be disrespectful, it comes off disrespectful because they're talking to her like parents, really. But we move on. We move. So they sit down and Toya is starting to talk and she's kind of losing her place. And Dr. Heavenly look at her real straight faced and she said, I'm drifting. And Dr. Heavenly is like, you been drinking? And she's like, no, I have not been drinking. So the girl Tisha's like, well, you weren't drifting yesterday. You and Phaedra when y'all were at the dress shop. And they're both like, what do you mean? We thought it went well. And she's like, y'all were mean. And they're like, what do you mean? And she's upset about the girdle. She's upset about the booty thing. She's upset about pretty much all the little comments that they made. Although she laughed at the time. But when you don't know how to really react or you're caught off guard, or sometimes it takes a minute for you to think back and be like, damn, that really was shitty. So she was laughing, probably being uncomfortable. I don't know. But she wasn't happy today. And they were both like, well, I'm sorry. We didn't mean it, in a mean way or whatever. Maybe the girdle thing was too much. And she's like, yeah, y'all were definitely mean. Then Heavenly says, well, yeah, hey, I heard that you're in therapy for dating an older man. So the girl tells Phaedra it's not therapy, it's a book, it's an age gap relationship page or whatever. And she's like, well, what do y'all talk about? And she's like, you want to join? Trying to be a smart ass. And Dr. Heavenly is like, well, my husband is only 6 months older than me, but I mean, if that qualifies, can I get in or whatever? She's like, it's a Facebook group. So they're like, oh, okay, it's a Facebook group. So in the confessional, the Tisha girl is like, "Well, I don't know. These ladies are just so old, like my grandma." And so there's no respect both ways. And she says how they're Dr. G's friends and she's trying to make friends with them, but they're just out of touch and we millennials. And I was like, take a drink every time she says millennials because girl, okay, okay. So then the new girl, which we don't know anything about her, and I can't even remember her name. I feel like they did show it, but I don't remember. Cute girl, but she comes and she sits down, and then Dr. Simone asked Tisha if there was anything else that was said that really offended her. Right. So as she's telling them that they really made her feel bad because even at her party she felt like they were mean because they kept bringing up Quad. And then we see a flashback to when they came in and they were like, oh, somebody asked Dr. Jackie if she's seen it before or something, and she's like, oh, I've been here with the first wife. And I was like, Dr. Jackie be saying some ignorant shit, but the way she say it just kind of nonchalant. You be like, is she really throwing shade? She knew what she was doing. And then, we had Dr. Heavenly and like everybody's bringing up Quad. My thing is, what I discovered is that Dr. Heavenly, because we even had Toya in the confessional talking about how Dr. Heavenly was coming at this girl, and she's like a wind up doll, and she's gonna like haze everybody new, and she's not gonna like them. So I figured out that Dr. Heavenly really wanted her on this show so that she can shit on her and be mean to her and not really like her and make good TV. Dr. Heavenly knows how to make good TV. Now, that's one person definitely knows how to make good TV. And that is why she wanted her on, and she don't like this girl, and she is friends with Quad, and she's going to let this girl know at every angle. So, the girl's sitting there and she's trying to, keep a straight face. She ends up crying, like I'm just so irritable. So Dr. Simone is like, come on, let's go talk. And she goes and she's just like, she's overwhelmed, and I'm like, girl, get a fucking wedding planner, whatever, and calm down. So Dr. Simone is back there talking to the girl, and like literally all she keeps talking about is this goddamn wedding and the fact that she's overwhelmed and she would like some help and she wants him to be more involved and she has no help at home. And I'm like, girl, you ain't even married yet and you're complaining like a married woman. Like, Jesus, it's a wedding. He don't care that much. And I loved it when Dr. Simone said, if you wanted someone that was more involved, you should have married a woman. Yes, yes, because that's the only person that really cares to that extent. Although you guys, when my sister got married, her which I begged her not to do to this guy, and I'll tell you why, because he was so fucking involved. He wanted to be so involved. He's like, oh no, my man need to be seen, this and that. And I was just like, this is why you should not be marrying this guy, because what is he talking about, and why does he care about his groomsmen being seen? And I was just like, why don't he just go shut the hell up? How about that? But yeah, I mean, needless to say, they're not together anymore. So it's all good. I was right, but we're not going to say that. We're not going to say I was right. But anyway, yeah, if you want a man that's going to be super involved or whatever, you probably don't. Even if you think you do, once they start giving that stupid input that you don't really agree with, but yeah, you probably don't. So, so yeah, so she's telling her that Dr. Heavenly is like Cinderella's stepmom. She's like the wicked stepmom, but she's like, listen, we some hard bitches, but we're good. Give us a chance. And she says, cool, we'll get a chance. Meanwhile, out on the couch, not Quad. Dr. Heavenly is talking to Phaedra about Quad, and she's like, every time I look at you, I think about Quad. What's going on with Quad? Phaedra's like, yeah, I just saw Quad. She's talking about how she hasn't seen you guys, this and that or whatever. And Dr. Jackie is like, listen, I'm going to say it again. If I ever get divorced, you can't be his friend. And you can't be friends with the next woman either. Like, and I was like, finally, somebody said it. Like, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie not trying to be this girl's friend. And like, they shouldn't. Come on, where is the loyalty? Jesus, why are we hanging with this girl? And I feel like, yeah, y'all, she's upset, she's crying, all that, but that's what you get because you came on this lady's platform. You definitely watched the show before. So you knew this is Quad's platform. This is her shit. So if you feel big and bad enough, yeah, I'm going to join this crew. I'm going to go ahead and get my ass on this show. Then you deserve everything that you're getting because this is not your shit. I'm sorry. This is Quad's place. And I can't wait for next week. And yeah, we saw the previews where she going to be super upset and Quad comes through the door and I'm like, yes, Quad, Miss Quad, come through the door because fuck out of here for her. She's not supposed to be here. And I don't care. I'm not changing my mind. She's not supposed to be here. So, all right, let's see how it ends. All right, y'all. So whoever the new girl is, she was lying through her teeth. When that girl came back from crying from the bathroom or whatever, she's like, "Oh, look, this dress is giving. This dress is giving." And you could tell she was lying. Like, this dress is giving. I'm like, first of all, the cow dress is not giving. I'm sorry. And she didn't even sound sincere. She just wanted to say something nice to her because she had been crying. And she's like, "Oh, thank you." But they play this game. They do the wine tasting. They play this game, Box Wine Bitches or whatever. And what do you know? Wine 2 is the box wine. And who do you think really loved the box wine? Dr. Simone. Dr. Simone was like, yeah, yeah, that's my shit. So that was a cute little game. And the wine tasting. Y'all know Dr. Jackie don't really drink. Well, don't drink or whatever. So she wasn't partaking, I don't think. I can't remember seeing it, but I don't think she tasted anything. So it ends, or even if it don't end here, it ends here for me because I'm not watching no more of this. But she gets up, they get up to leave because the girl's just like, "Oh, I'm over it. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go." And I'm like, "Girl, you could have left when you went to the bathroom. Like, you did not have to come back. Go." But, so they get up to leave, and then, girl, they call out the fact that this girl got a tag on her dress. And when I tell you, the ladies died laughing at her. And I said, "Oh, poor little Tink Tink. She can't get it together. She can't get it together." Like, oh my God. How embarrassing is that? But again, that's how it ends for me. And I can't wait for next week when Quad comes in and see this girl have a full on meltdown. Can't wait. So yeah, again, I was very entertained by this. If you are new to the channel, oh, first of all, if you are still here, you are the real MVP. Thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. Like the video, you guys, and comment. Let's talk about some things, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Smooth. The next video is gonna be Potomac, but when I tell you I'm so disappointed in Potomac, I really am. Shit's not giving at all. It's just not giving, but I'm gonna do it, I think. All right, see you guys in the next video. Smooches.